Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Um, Please pardon me for some little technology issues that came in a way that Facebook said I can't recognize you. So I had to do something about that. Good evening, Himanshu, Rukya, Krishna Kumar. Oh, beautiful. And I can see some names which say LinkedIn user. So Gary, HR executive, and whoever. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. I'm so grateful to you for your investment of time into the subject of today, which is leadership and goal management. Now, in the last video, I had covered on Monday the importance of teams in achieving goals. And we saw how teams make a lot of difference in your achievement of goals. But today we are going to go to the other top end of the team. How does good leadership make an organization go towards achieving goals? And ladies and gentlemen, I am going to continue with leadership for a few days, few weeks, I don't know, because this topic will keep building up. And let me tell you right here that we are going to create a conversation, and that will happen only if you are going to help me with your comments, your questions, your views on the subject, and that will make us really go deep into a topic which is very essential. And particularly now we are in the month of March, very close to the beginning of a new financial year, and all organizations are going to look at goal management for the next year. And let me caution you here. So what if you're not a corporate leader? You're not even an entrepreneur. Maybe you are a homemaker. Maybe you are a student. Let me tell you what I'm going to cover in this is going to talk about leadership of yourself, self leadership. Aren't you leading yourself? So we are going to be talking about not only a corporate leader or an organizational leader, but also an individual who leads himself or herself, right? So first thing I want to begin with is saying that a lot depends on the leader who brings in a spirit of goal management. Now, how does this happen? The first thing is that the leader himself needs to have a very clear vision, an unshakable vision where he knows that this is where my company is going to head for. Let me caution you here, making a couple of $1 million is not a goal. That is a means to the end, but the end is something else. What is your key message? What is your company doing? What is it offering to the people? What product or services do you offer that are going to solve people's problems? So these are the couple of things that a leader has to be absolutely crystal clear about. So if you have a visionary leader and who's, he's farsighted and he's driven and inspired by the company's goals, then it is great. Leaders like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and Warren Buffett, with their vision and unshakable determination and persistent hard work, led their respective companies to great heights. Okay, so we are going to be talking about how it is so important that the leaders play a very, very important role. Now, there are some case studies, and one particular one that I read was so impactful, where they carried out a study of various companies and found that in companies where there were thought leaders who communicated, and not only communicated, I'm going to be talking about a step higher than what I call communication skills, are influencing skills. And if you have a leader who can influence his team, his people, by giving them exactly what you're looking for, conveying that clarity without any ambiguity, then there are better chances of achieving goals than any other method. And the worst one, of course, is an authoritative uh, way, a style where you say, I need this to be done. And let me tell you, as an army officer, that when I was a young officer, there were leaders who could get away with that. But even in the army today, if you are not an influencer, you are not persuasive, you are not convincing about your mission, you will have tough time in commanding troops. Troops, today's children, they need and they deserve reasons, and you have to be very strong with that. So influencing skills are very, very important. Now, uh, what I want to focus today on is what leadership skills are required to get your organization going straight into the direction of your goals. Okay. And the first thing has to be self confidence. After your clarity, your vision is there, your clarity is there, you need to have many, many attributes, and self confidence is one of them. But while I'm talking of self confidence, I remember there's another one which is very, very strong, and that is trust. Okay, we'll talk about trust a little later, but let me tell you, that is one quality that really dominates all other qualities. So let us look at how are we going to, as a leader, make people go towards our goals, right? So what you are looking at is possibilities of learning from today's topic, and we're going to just make a beginning, and we're going to do it on every Monday and Thursday for a few more sessions to get clarity on how leadership can drive goals, right? So now, uh, when we come to self confidence, we know that it is critical for leaders because it gives them the wings to take risks, to accomplish goals, and to fly high. So when you have to develop new strategies, you need to solve business challenges and make complex decisions while working towards achieving your goals. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That's what Napoleon Hill said, and we all remember him so much. Research has found that failure to achieve goals is related 80% to the person holding themselves back and 20% to outside factors, right? So leaders are constantly vigilant, honing their ability to anticipate by scanning the environment for signals of change. If this is what is done, then there is no way that you will not achieve your goals. When you have thought leaders, you have strategic leaders, they question the status quotient, they question the status quo. They challenge their own and other people's assumptions and encourage and accept easily divergent viewpoints, right? Now they understand that in this diversity of opinions lies a lot of substance. And more importantly, when you listen to people, they own the plan. They own the vision, and they feel that it is not only the leader's vision, it is the company's vision. So make your people own the plan, own the vision, and that will make a substantial difference in the way you achieve your goals. Now, the other thing I'm very, very fond of talking about is the organizational culture. And here, a small little story that I'm talking about an army officer, one of my own regimental officers from 17 Bihar, a young captain, and he was working. He was deployed in the Kashmir Valley during the insurgency peak insurgency days, go about 10, 12 years back. And what happened was that one fine day or one fine night, there was some information that some terrorists were found in a house in a village which is under their jurisdiction. So they quickly got their what we call QRT, a quick reaction team, and they got together, went there to try and nab these terrorists. Now there's a drill, and in that drill, you have somebody going in and somebody standing at the door giving covering fire and all that. So I'm not going into the details, but this Captain Matthew Mammon or no, Jubin Matthew. His name is Jubin Matthew. He went inside. He was standing outside, and one of the other captains went inside, and he suddenly, when he was looking around for terrorists, suddenly there was a firing noise, and he found that this comrade of his, another captain, fell on the ground. Now, when he fell down, he couldn't make out from outside whether he was injured or dead. So he crawled, picked this man up on his shoulder, and while he was bringing him out, he had an injury on his head, a bullet fire on his head. Now, because he was wearing a helmet, it didn't kill him, but it shattered his brain quite a lot. So he was quickly evacuated to Jammu. He got treated. And after about 2-3 weeks of treatment, he was granted sick leave, which means now he's expected to go home and relax. And when he's fit for duty, he'll go back to his battalion. So he was given 1 month sick leave. He was supposed to be taking a train from Jammu to Delhi that night. But instead of doing that, this man went back to the transit camp, took the morning convoy, and went back to Srinagar. He went and joined his battalion, and the commanding officer said, "Why have you come here?" And he said, "Sir, I need to contribute to the battalion. We are 20 officers authorized, and we just have a few of us. And if I go away, then I'll be passing on that burden to the very few officers who are here." So he said, "But you can't be deployed because you're a medical category." He said, "Sir, I will go and rest at home. Let me rest here. At least I'll take care of the battalion headquarters. I can be the duty officer. I may not go outside, but at least I'll relieve one officer who has to be here on telephone duty to go out." So the commanding officer, long story, but anyway, he stayed back for whatever. And then one fine day, again, there was some similar situation where Jubin Matthew again got some people collected, went, and this time he got a second head injury. My question is, how many people in the corporate would do something like this? And if not, why not? Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the army does not get its people from Mars and Jupiters. It doesn't get its people imported from anywhere. They are the same people from the same families, the same schools and colleges, the same villages. The difference is that while an army officer is doing this, his own brother in a corporate may not do this. The reason is organizational culture. You see that in an organization, everyone else is doing it, and you feel that you are a part of an organization where anything less is not acceptable. And that is what leaders need to do. Leaders need to create an organizational culture. This is very, very important, right? So if we talk today of the vision, clear vision, clear way of communicating it, and I'm going to dwell a little more on the communication and the influencing part. Then the next thing I've talked about is the organization culture. And next thing I want to talk about is trust. But I'm going to be talking about trust on Monday, because we normally keep this to 10 to 15 minutes and we are on 15 minutes. So I will keep this short. I hope you have understood the basic message that I'm trying to give is that goals in an organization are best achieved when there's a good team, but more importantly, a good leader who leads the team. So therefore, if we can have if we can have leaders taking on the responsibility, it can be great fun. Okay, so I'll be very, very happy to answer any questions, and I will be happy if we can have more people coming every Monday and Thursday, and let's see if we can uh, generate some discussion. So can I have any questions, or you can leave them in the comments even later, and let's continue to work on this wonderful subject. And I'm sure you'll all agree that this is an evergreen subject. We really need to do something to keep it going. We need to be good leaders. We need to look up to good leaders. And we are not only talking of that one leader at the top. No, I'm talking about leaders at all levels. And good leaders create more leaders. And if that is understood, I think we have a great way to go ahead. So thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. So any questions, any comments? I'll be looking forward to them. And if there are no more questions, thank you very much for being here and investing your time. Thank you very much. I look forward to this going further. Yes, I can see Chandra saying something. Yes, Chandra, you said vigilant, honing their ability, question the status quo, and make your people own the plan. You know, Chandar, I found particularly in the Israeli war, there was some very good, we used to study this Israeli war in the military history campaigns. And one of the things they said was that why Israelis could win the war was because they ate the plan, they drank the plan, they slept with the plan. The way they owned the plan, and it's as if it is theirs. It is not that it is somebody else's. They're not doing it for the prime minister. They're not doing it for the country. They're doing it for themselves. Okay. And the moment you say I'm doing it for the country, which means I'm actually looking for that I'm doing a favor to the country. No, I own it. I own it because I want to do it. I don't, it's not that I have to do it. I love to do it. That is the way you have to bring about an organizational culture that I said. Okay. So here Chandra is saying, sir, can you please throw some light on how can leaders bring in the spirit of goal management? Wonderful. That's a wonderful question, Chandra. I will certainly spend a lot of time on it next time. But this time, all I can say is that there is training, which we don't really look so much at. If you train your leaders and sub leaders and sub leaders, if you train them on goal management, and then have the goal management drive from right up to the bottom line, where the people on the ground have that clear goals. So from your overall goal, everyone should be able to formulate their own goals at their level. So the goals of a person in the finance department will be different from those from the marketing, will be different from those in the sales, but all of them should be aligned with the organizational goals. And this is a huge exercise. And this needs to be done with training, with experts. So if you don't have internal people to train your teams in goal management, it is good to hire an external trainer who can home onto this. Thank you very much, General Bakshi. General Bakshi is such a close friend and a wonderful person from my own battalion. Thank you, Bakshi, and for you to be a retired man coming and spending time on a thing like this. It's very, very good. Thank you so much. Yeah, Tanushri Nair says, great story about displaying leadership. Thank you, Tanushri. Yeah. So I think we'll call it off right now. And Chandar, I will certainly like to go more deep into the goal management part, but that will take more time. And so we'll leave it for the next session. Next session, I'm certainly talking a lot about trust, and then we'll come to this a little later. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Gaurav. Nice to see you here. And you are in the HR, in the corporate. Just tell me if you found anything that you feel you can relate to in your company, and do you agree that you need to have your teams right to the bottom uh, uh, go focused onto your goals and own the goals? Do you agree with that, Gaurav? Thank you, Chandar, for your comments, and I'm looking forward to your participation. In fact, I just wrote a few comments on LinkedIn today. You have been such a wonderful friend and a very, very good supporter. And I do not know of any trainer who can teach sales and negotiations better than Chandar. Let me tell you that. And anytime I have a question on sales, I have a question on negotiations, I only call Chandar and ask him to help me out. Thank you, Krishna Kumar. Thank you. Thank you. You're so. Oh, Ashwini, you. Okay, okay. Don't worry. We'll be there every Monday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Every Monday, Thursday, 5 p.m. And I'm there on simultaneously, thanks to StreamYard. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube at the same time. So wherever you're convenient, come and join every Monday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Thank you very much. So we'll end this broadcast. It has gone a little longer, but thank you for your. I'm very happy today that we had some discussion. We had some questions coming up, and if you continue, and if you can keep sending me your questions, even on whichever platform you're there, if you can write your questions for the next time, I will answer all your questions. And those who want to do it one-to-one with me, you're also welcome. I'm giving you my link here where you can actually take a complimentary call, a time slot to discuss with me. Right, so here it goes. Uh, yeah, here it is. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, some problem. Okay, so sorry, I think there was a mistake there. Okay, so this is a link. It is very easy to remember, bit.ly @ BSB talk with T capital and other small. So you can book a time slot and have a chat with me, and I'll be very, very happy. Or even give your comments here and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Keep happy, keep safe, and keep healthy.